Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Sit down, please. I'd like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get it started. Today, it is on July 19th, 2023. It's on Wednesday, and it's cloudy outside. According to the weather forecast, it will be rainy from the evening. How is the weather in your region? How is the temperature? How hot is it in your area? Do you live in northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere? How do you how are you spending Wednesday? It is Wednesday today. How do you like Wednesday? How do you like Wednesday? Do you hate Wednesday? Do you love Wednesday? Do you have a work or school today? Or do you have a day off today? It hinges on your schedule. It depends on your schedule. It's all up to your schedule. I swore to study English gradually, little by little, forever, when I was 12 years old. And I have met the promises. I have met the promise. I am still studying English, as I swore at the age of 12. And I still keep studying English to reach the native level. Swear. Swearing something will make you have the pressure to achieve something goal. So, swearing something in front of people will give you the pressure to achieve something goal. So you will be forced to do that. Don't care swearing at you. Don't care those swearing at you. There are some people swearing at you out there because there are many people. About 8 billion in the world, I think, and the population has been increasing. What have you swore? What have you sworn? What have you sworn? What have you sworn? I haven't sworn that. I haven't sworn. I haven't sworn that. I haven't sworn so. I haven't sworn so. I haven't sworn so. I haven't sworn so. I don't remember if I swore. I don't remember whether or not I swore. I don't remember whether I swore or not. I cannot recall, remember whether I swore or not. I cannot remember if I swore. I cannot recall whether I swore. I cannot remember if I swore. Never care those swearing at you on the internet. It's waste of time. Are you strong mentally enough to be able to regard those swearing at you? Are you mentally strong enough to be able to disregard, ignore, turn a blind eye to, turn your back to those swearing at you. Are you strong enough to be able to disregard those swearing at you? Are you strong mentally enough to be able to disregard, ignore those swearing at you? Swear. I am confident that the payment would be twice as much, swore the Prime Minister. Drastic, radical, thorough amendment of the law is necessary, said the minister, swore the minister. I swore that I would study English forever, gradually, little by little, in order to reach the native level. I swore to study English forever at the age of 12, so as to reach native level. I swore to study English at the age of 12 in an attempt to reach the native level. Native level. Don't you remember that you swore to become a musician no matter what happened? Don't you remember you swore that you would pursue your career no matter what happened? No matter what happens. The politician swore that he would make the situation of the economy, education, and other things better with drastic reforms and everything. If he was elected, the politician swore that he would make the life better for every citizen. The politician swore that he would make the life for everybody better with drastic measures, reforms, and so on. He didn't even take back his swear at me, which led to the court battle. He even didn't take back the swear at the staff in front of people. He didn't even take back swear at me. He didn't even take back his swear at me. Most of the audiences in the hall regarded his comments as swear at the journalist. I viewed your comments as swear. I saw your comments as swear. Swearing at somebody cannot be inevitable, will be inevitable. Swear at something will be inevitable. The swear at the man ignited his anger a lot, which led to such a huge quarrel between them. No swears are allowed to comment in the description below. No swearing comments are allowed to write in the documents. No swearing comments are allowed to issue in the meeting. Please refrain from remarking swears. Please refrain from remarking swears. Please refrain from remarking any swears. The internet is filled with swears everywhere, which is very sad. And there are some websites where people can write swears as anonymous. And there are some websites where people can swear as anonymity. And there are some websites where people can write swears as anonymity. And there are some websites where people can write swears as anonymity. Anonymity. The internet is filled with swears out there. The internet is filled with swears. The internet is filled with swears by anonymous people. The internet is filled with, crowded with, packed with swears written by anonymous people. The internet is packed with, filled with, bubbled over with, packed with, crowded with swears written by anonymous people. I usually cherish my belongings until they are worn out. I usually cherish my belongings until they wear out, until they break down. I usually, or definitely, absolutely cherish my belongings, especially the gift I got from my relatives, friends, acquaintances, and so on, until they wear out. I bet those successful in the business have been cherishing their working tools, such as shoes, bags, suits, and so on. I guess those who cannot cherish their working tools cannot be successful. Before long, we will enter a crucial moment of the era, AI. Or we have already entered such amazing, exciting, at the same time fearful era, because many of our current jobs are set to be replaced by AIs. Before long, before long, before long, the ambulance arrived. Before long, the ambulance arrived. Before long, our lunch will be served. Be patient. Before long, our lunch will be supplied. So be patient. I have been betrayed by many people. I have been betrayed by many people. I cannot allow it. I cannot tolerate it. Have you already betrayed by many people? In the course of the betrayal, we find the true friends. In the process of the betrayal, we find true friends. In the course of meeting, farewell, and betrayal, we find true friends, peers, companies, and so on. Many people treat me nicely at first, but gradually they get away from me as betrayer. Many people pretend to be nice at first when we met for the first time, but they gradually changed their attitudes and betrayed me and got away from me. Too terrible, isn't it? Many people will be nice when we met them for the first time, but a few of them keep the nice personality, kindness, considerate, accommodating personality till the end. Most of them get away from me as betrayer. Most of the people I met pretend to be nice when we met for the first time, but gradually they changed their attitude towards me and betrayed me, got away from me. Too terrible, isn't it? Few people I met kept the kindness towards me till the end. Not till the end, but for a long time. I never betrayed my studying English, and I have been studying English since when I was 11 or 12, because I swore to study English forever. That's why I bore fruit. In my English study bore fruit to a certain extent. There are some factors seeing through those who are easy to betray others. There are some factors uh, of those who are easy to betray others. So before being acquainted with somebody, we should know the factors to know if he or she is a betrayer. I should have known better than to be deceived by the fraudulent company, scammers, evil people, evil staff, wicked staff. I should have known better than to be deceived by such people. Betrayed me in few years. I should have known better than to be enter such black company. I should have known better than to be deceived by the company. I know better than to be deceived by the scamming emails. I know better than to be deceived by the scamming. I know better than to be deceived by the scamming. I know better than to be deceived by the scamming. I should have known better than to be deceived by the scamming. I should have known better than to be deceived by the contract, by the advertisement campaign. I should have known better than to be deceived by the advertisement. There are certain kinds of certain people who don't feel guilty about deceiving others. I should have known better than to be deceived by the company. I should have known better than to enroll such a black company. I should have known better than to enroll such a black company. I should have known better than to enter such a black company. I should have known better than to enroll such a black company. I should have known. You should have known better than to click the scamming emails. You should have known better than to take part in the campaign. You should have known better than to believe such a fraudulent advertisement. Deceit will not disappear from the internet. There are always deceits out there, so please be careful. Watch out, look out. Watch out for deceit. Watch out for deceit. Deceits exist everywhere, so watch out for such things. Deceits exist everywhere, so watch out for them. Look out for them. Be careful. Deceit. 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 A kind of deceit. The huge gap between description and reality is a kind of deceit. The huge gap difference between the description and the reality is a kind of deceit, a sort of deceit. The huge gap between the description of the product and the reality is a kind of deceit, a sort of deceit. 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 The antisocial group was earning a good deal of money by deceit through the internet. The antisocial group was earning tremendous amount of money, exorbitant amount of money, by taking advantage of deceit. The violent group was earning exorbitant amount of money by utilizing deceit, 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 and threat, deceit, deceit. The small amount of food menu, very different from the advertisement on the paper, is nothing but a deceit, none other than the deceit. The small and ugly appearance of the menu, very different from the advertisement, is none other than deceit, nothing but a deceit. The small amount of food and very different appearance from the advertisement are nothing but a deceit, none other than the deceit, deceit. 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 Deceit is said to be the start, the origin of a theft. It is a proverb, as the proverb goes say. As the proverb goes, deceit is the origin of a theft. As the proverb goes, as the proverb goes, as the proverb goes, as the proverb goes. The deceit is the start of the theft. As the local spirit, we should avoid taking the route across the along the beach. As the locals put it, we should avoid taking the mountain route this time. Deceit. Don't be deceived by the deceit. Don't be picked up by such a deceit. It's too obvious, clear cut, evident, apparent. There are always something strange in the deceit. So please find the strange things before you are deceived. There are something strange in the deceit. For example, the email address will be strange. There are broken sentences written by foreigners. So there are many factors we can know. We can see through as a fraudulent email, scamming, and so on. The violent group was arrested, broken down for deceit. The two men were arrested for deceit. The two executives of the violent group were arrested for deceit. Deceit. The two men were arrested for the involvement in the deceit. The prosecutors are investigating the building of the violent group to search for the evidence of the deceit. Deceitful personality. There were some students with deceitful personality in the school. They were always telling lies, and of course I couldn't trust in them. Deceitful advertisement. Deceitful advertisement. Deceitful advertisement, deceitful character, personality, deceitful mind, deceitful spirit, deceitful tendency. There were a couple of students who had deceitful personality. There were some students with deceitful personality. Of course, I didn't trust them. Deceitful advertisements are prohibited. Deceitful information is prohibited to advertise in the paper, leaflet, pamphlet, and so on. Deceitful information is strictly prohibited to put on the advertisement. Deceitful information is rigorously prohibited to put on the advertisement on every media. Deceitful information is strictly prohibited to put on the advertisement in every media. Deceitful information is strictly prohibited to put on the advertisement. Deceitful information is strictly prohibited to put on advertisement. Deceitful information is strictly prohibited, forbidden from putting on the advertisement. Deceitful information is strictly prohibited from being put on the advertisement. Deceitful information is strictly prohibited to put on the advertisement in every media. Deceitful. Deceitful explanation different from the truth. Deceitful explanation of the product totally different from the reality truth. Deceitful information written on the description of the product totally different from the truth. Deceitful contract behind it. Deceitful contract behind it. Deceitful. 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 Deceitful and confusing advertisement of the product was deleted. There were a couple of students with deceitful personality. Of course, I didn't trust them. Of course, I didn't rely on them. Of course, I didn't put trust in them. I didn't put trust in them. I didn't put trust in them. Deceitful. Deceitful. Deceitful information is forbidden to put on the advertisement. Deceitful information is strictly prohibited to put on the advertisement. Deceitful. Deceitful. Deceitful information totally different from the truth. Deceitful and confusing explanation with small letters on the edge of the pamphlet. Deceitful and confusing explanation with small letters on the edge of the pamphlet. Deceitful prices totally different from the truth written on the edge of the pamphlet. Deceitful price totally different from the truth was written, explained on the pamphlet. Deceitful and fake prices of the tour were written on the pamphlet, which is illegal. Deceitful and unbelievable price were written on the pamphlet, which was totally different from the truth. Deceitful prices, which was totally different from the truth, were written. Deceitful prices of the tour, totally different from the truth, was written, explained, advertised on the advertisement paper. Deceitful prices for the tour were displayed on the advertisement. Deceitful prices of the tour, according to the date, were exhibited on the advertisement. Everybody deserves to have a break on a regular basis. On a regular basis. All of the people deserve to have a regular break. All of the people deserve to have a break on a daily basis, on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, on an hourly basis. All of the people deserve to take a break on a regular basis for our health. I'm sure you deserve getting the promotion. I'm sure you deserve to get a promotion. You did well. You worked hard. You are a hard worker. So you deserve getting the promotion to the chief in the section or manager, general manager. Everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody deserves feeling happy. Everybody deserves helping each other. Everyone deserves helping others. Everybody deserves helping each other. Others. All of the people deserve helping others. You deserve. You deserve. I am wondering if I can get a paid leave for tomorrow. You deserve. I am wondering if I am eligible for the enrollment in the university. You deserve. I am wondering whether or not I am fit for buying Lamborghini. You deserve. I am wondering whether or not I am eligible for entering the university. You deserve. I am wondering if I can get a paid leave tomorrow on short notice. You deserve. You have worked so hard, so everyone will agree with you. Nobody will reject the offer, your request. The criminal deserves apologizing to the victims. For good. You deserve giving apologies to their boss, customers. The staff deserves giving apologies to the customers who suffered from the pain. The staff deserves giving apologies to the customers who got the damage from the product. The staff deserves to give an apology to the customer who got the damage from the product. Studying until 3 o'clock a.m. was a deserved cost I had to pay because I didn't study at all for the past 2 years in the school life. Now I am a 3-year student of the high school, so deserve the cost we have to pay. Deserve the cost you have to pay. Deserved promotion you have to get. Deserved payment you have to get. Deserved amount of payment we have to get for 1 hour hourly. Deserved hourly payment I have to get from the company. Deserved amount of payment we should get for what we have done fairly. We have to get the deserved amount of payment for what we have done. We have to get the deserved amount of payment for what we have done. We should get the deserved amount of payment for what we have done fairly. Deserved. We should get the deserved amount of money, payment for what we have done. We should get the deserved amount of money for what we have done. We should get the deserved amount of money, payment for what we have done. We should get the deserved amount of payment for what we have done. Deserved the payment, deserve the cost you have to pay. Deserved retaliation you will get. It is nothing but a deserved retaliation you got. It is none other than the deserved retaliation from your opponent you had to get and you got. It is nothing but a retaliation, deserved retaliation you got from your opponent for what you had done. It is nothing but a retaliation, deserved retaliation from your opponent for what you had done to them. Deserved. Giving our seats to elderly people in public places is deserved behavior. Deserved behavior. Giving our seats to the elderly people in the public places, public transportations, is deserved behavior. Giving our seats to elderly people is a deserved behavior. Deserved. Deserved behavior. Arriving at destination a few minutes before the decided time is deserved for a business person. Studying at least for 8 hours is a deserved routine for those studying for entering university. Working all the days, including Saturdays and Sundays, except for the New Year holidays, it's deserved for some people. Working every day, including Saturdays and Sundays, except for New Year holidays, are deserved routine for some people. If you have the compassion towards me, you will not remark such a thing to me. If you have at least the compassion towards the victims, you will donate some amount of money. The pedestrian felt strongest compassion towards the stray cat in the cardboard box along the street. She picked her up and brought her up out of her house. The passers-by felt strongest compassion towards the stray dog in the cardboard box along the street with a message from the previous owner. So he picked him up and brought him up at his house. Compassion. Since I felt such a strong compassion towards my co-worker, although I had a day off on the day, I went to the office to help him. Compassion. Compassion towards the victim, refugees. Compassion. Do you feel compassion to them working on Saturdays and Sundays? But it depends on your working schedule. Some people might have a day off on Monday or Wednesday or Thursday. The passers-by felt such a strong compassion towards the stray cat along the street with a message from the previous owner. She picked her up and brought her home. And on the way she bought food for her. The passers-by felt such a strong compassion towards the stray cat in the cardboard box with a message from the previous owner. So she picked her up and brought her home. On her way home, she bought the food for her. Compassion. Don't forget the compassion towards others. All of the employees in my department felt compassion towards me, and all of them sent me encouraging messages when I was depressed. Compassionate, considerate, accommodating. I hope my future boss will be compassionate, kind, accommodating, considerate. Compassionate. Compassionate. Is your boss compassionate? Compassionate people will be loved by many people. The compassionate passenger put her back on her legs to make space for others. The compassionate passenger of the train gave her seat to the elderly person. The compassionate passenger of the train gave her seat to the elderly person, saying, "Excuse me, please sit here." Compassionate. 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 Accommodating. Kind. Considerate. Compassionate. Considerate. Compassionate. Compassionate. Considerate. I often confuse the word for considerate with considerable. Compassionate. 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 Compassionate person will be loved by many people. Compassionate. I hope I will be allocated to a department with a compassionate boss, section-in-chief, general manager, and so on. I hope I will be allocated to a department with a boss with a compassionate personality. I hope I will be allocated to a department where the boss I will report to will be compassionate. I hope I will be allocated a department where the boss I am going to report to will be compassionate. Compassionate. I hope I will be allocated to a department with a boss with compassionate personality, character, and so on. Compassionate. Compassionate. Accommodating. Considerate. Kind. Compassionate. It is compassionate of you to bring the carry-on luggage to the cabin for the elderly person who is alone. compassionate. It is compassionate of you to bring the luggage to her hotel room. It is compassionate of you to carry the luggage across the walkway for the elderly person. It is very compassionate of you to wait for her to arrive at the house until she arrives. It is very compassionate of you to wait for her to arrive at the house at 9 o'clock p.m. The food you cooked must have been cooled down. It is very compassionate of you to wait for her to arrive at the house until 9 o'clock p.m. The food you cooked at 7 o'clock p.m. must have been cooled down. It is very compassionate of you to wait for her to arrive at the house at 9 o'clock p.m. The cuisine you cooked at 7 o'clock must have been cooled down. The food you had cooked for the family must have been far from fresh, but the affection will surpass the taste. Compassionate, 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 compassionate. Compassionate. I watched Avalanche created by something natural disaster on video. I watched the video with of the same angle of the victim or refugee who was trying to escape from the avalanche, which was uploaded on the video. I watched a video of the refugee who survived the avalanche. He had a camera on his head, bound around his head, and we could see from the same angle of him, and we could know how the avalanche happened and how he could escape. I only saw the avalanche from videos. Avalanche. I don't know the mechanism, how the avalanche is created, arisen, come about, created, caused. Avalanche. Avalanche is one of the concerns I am afraid of when I'm skiing. Avalanche is one of the concerns I have during enjoying my skiing, during enjoying slipping on the snowy road, snowy mountain, during my running on the snow with the ski tools. Avalanche is one of the concerns I have during my enjoyment of the ski. Avalanche is one of the concerns I have during enjoying skiing on the hilly mountains. Avalanche. Antarctic. Arctic. Mediterranean. South Pole, North Pole, Pacific, Atlantic, Antarctic, Pacific, Atlantic. Avalanche can happen. Can we guess when the avalanche will happen? Can we guess when the avalanche happens? Can we guess, predict, presume, assume when the avalanche will happen, come about? Can we know when the avalanche will come about? Avalanche, 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 avalanche. Now that we've free from the luggage, we are more mobile now. Mobile. When did you get your first mobile phone? When did you get a mobile phone for the first time? In your teens? 14, 15, 16? When did you get your first mobile phone? When did you get your first mobile phone? When did you was given from your parents the mobile phone? When were you given the first mobile phone from your parents? Or did you get one by working as a part-timer? When did you were given the mobile phone for the first time? When were you given the mobile phone for the first time? Mobile, 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 mobile. Mobile makeshift house might be popular in the future in order to be more simple, in order to be sustainable, in order to hold down utilities low, and so on. Mobile activity, mobile property might gain popularity in the future, like living in a camping car and having a wandering life, nomadic life, having a nomadic life with mobile car, mobile. Mobile house might be popular in the future. Mobile makeshift house. Mobile equipment for the setup of the event. Mobile setups for mobile equipment for the setup of the event. Mobile equipment for the setup of the event. Mobile. Now that we have deposited our luggage at the hotel, we are more mobile now. We can be easy to move around on foot. Now that we have deposited our luggage at the hotel, we are more mobile now. We are easy to work. Now that we have deposited our luggage at the hotel, we are more mobile now. Mobile. 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 When were you given the first mobile? When were you given the mobile phone for the first time? When were you given the mobile phone for the first time? When were you given the mobile phone for the first time? When were you given the mobile phone for the first time? Mobile. Mobile equipments. Mobile equipments. Mobile equipments. Mobile equipments. Mobile equipments. Mobile. 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 Mobile equipments. Mobile equipments. Mobile. A mobile phone. The old mobile phones might gain popularity in the future, like all the video games are gaining popularity recently. All the things can gain popularity at some point in the future. Antique goods can gain much popularity in the future. So the old cellular phones might gain popularity in the future. I'm not sure. Mobile, 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 mobile phone, mobile house, mobile makeshift house, mobile equipment for setup of the event, mobile equipment for the setup of the event. Where is the mobile equipment for the setup of the events are stored? Where are the mobile equipment for the setup for the event stored? Where stored? Housed? Mobile, 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 mobile. Mobility. The more exercise you have, the more flexible you will be. I put more emphasis on the mobility when I travel, so I usually go with compact shoulder bag. Whenever I go for a trip, I try to make everything simple and small for the mobility. Mobility is put more emphasis on when I buy tools for travel. Mobility. I put more emphasis on the mobility when it comes to buying a bag, not the appearance. Without tires on the luggage, it will be more difficult for us to bring it, so the tires must be equipped with the luggage for the mobility, better mobility. Thanks to the tires of the luggage, we can bring the suitcase, baggage easily. The facilitator oil, which was put on the tire, helped me to bring it easier. Now the luggage has better mobility thanks to the oil. Mobility. Mobility. I'm looking for a suitcase with a good mobility. Better mobility without luggage, without baggage. We can start with better mobility by sending our luggage from the airport to our hotel. We can start sightseeing with better mobility by sending the suitcase, baggage from the airport to the hotel. There is the service sending our luggage to hotel directly. Mobility, mobility. For the mobility of the appliances, I usually put the roller under the appliances so that I can move them later easily. For the better mobility in the future of the appliances, I usually put rollers under the appliances so that we can move them later when we replace them with new ones and so on. Mobility. The public transportations contributed to the better mobility. Public transportations such as trains, buses, ferries, planes contributed to drastically, thoroughly, definitely, absolutely contributed to the better mobility for our travel, mobility. I put the most emphasis on the mobility whenever I whenever I buy a good merchandise for trip. I'm seeking very convenient folding bike with good mobility. I bought the folding bike because of the mobility. I can bring the folding bike to the ferry, not depositing as a luggage, with some exceptions, though. Mobility, mobility. Compact cars have more mobility. That's why I chose the compact car for the travel. I rented a compact car with better mobility in the narrow spaces. I rented a small compact car with better mobility, even in narrow spaces, parking lot, and so on. I rented a compact car with better mobility. The carriage contributing to the better mobility when we carry goods. All we have to do is put the goods on the carriage and bring it to destination. Mobility. I put more emphasis on the mobility. When it comes to trip. So I usually go with only one luggage. I put most emphasis on the mobility, so when I have a domestic excursion, I usually go with only one bag. I put the most emphasis on the mobility, so I usually go everywhere in the nation when it comes to the domestic excursion with only one bag. Stacking up daily effort is essential for achieving our goals. Piling up daily effort is essential to achieve something goal. Going out of common senses might be essential for achieving breakthrough. Going out of common senses could be essential to achieve something great, breakthrough. Getting a driving license is essential to drive a car, of course. Having a passport to go to a foreign country is essential. And getting a passport beforehand is essential to go to a foreign country. And having a balanced diet is essential to be healthy. And having a healthy life is essential for to be healthy. Having a balanced diet, regular exercise are essential to have a healthy body. And having a regular exercise and balanced diet are essential to be healthy. The event must be held both spring and autumn, but because of the unprecedented disaster, it was condensed into one at autumn. The two events were held at once in autumn, but in essence, they should be both held each spring and autumn. Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you!